Hello everyone and welcome back to...
Although just a handmaiden, she has Marjorie Tyrell's favour.
Games of Thrones.
And Lady Marjorie's betrothal to the king may be enough to keep the Boltons at bay. If it's presented to her as it should be.
Okay, more drama in King's Landing. Like always. Okay, let's go and see what's in the chest. What's in the chest? Look at the chest. It's a chest. Coin, books, and letter. Young Kish.
Asher sent me this coin to remember him. What a strange place, Essos.
No need to remember him, the guy had a huge axe.
It was very kind of Lady Marjorie to give this to me. It once belonged to Lady Elena.
Okay, we're going to go over all this stuff.
Ethan made this for me.
Okay, you miss home. We get that. Okay. No, you're gonna read it. Yeah, read it. You need
Father,
to.
much excitement here in King's Landing for the coming wedding. Lady Marjorie has proven to be quite popular throughout the city. I do wish you and Mother could come, although I know it would be impossible under the circumstances. I miss all of you, and I look forward to the day you can.
Be alive. Yeah. That's Games of Thrones, alright? Don't get attached to a single being that draws breath. Okay, look at
Wonders Made by Man, by Lomas Longstrider. A gift from Roderick.
Okay, are we gonna pass through all of our little
I hope to
trinkets?
see them all someday.
You won't, they're dead. They're gonna be all dead. Okay, before I look at the window. No, that's gonna be a better one.
It troubles me to even ask this of you, but you must appeal to Lady Marjorie to intervene on our behalf. She is our best hope, and can be a powerful ally, especially now when your family so desperately needs her help.
Also, your father's dead. Hey, I have more trinkets to say. Don't bother me in my trinket watching.
One moment.
Oh, sorry, milady. I didn't mean to disturb you.
Yeah, you disturbed me.
I can come back later if you'd like.
Oh, let him in.
No, it's fine. Come in.
Some things tell me that I shouldn't have let him in. He looks like a good kid.
Begging your pardon, milady, but you all right? If you don't mind my asking, you seem rather upset.
I'm fine, thank you.
Of course, milady.
Well, of course I have to avoid this question.
Please
I
hurry
don't.
if you can. Lady Marjorie will be here any minute.
Of course, milady.
You don't need to be douche about him, just don't tell him things.
You work for Lady Marjorie? I may be wrong, but it seems like you do.
Perhaps you should come back later.
Of course, milady.
I'm sorry, I don't want to be douche to him, but we are in King's Landing. You cannot trust anybody in these circumstances. Hey.
Lady Marjorie, you're early.
I was hoping there would be time for us to talk. Come, there's something we must discuss.
Can't believe I'm gonna trust her of all people. Conniving snake.
From the day you arrived in Highgarden, I've thought of you more as a friend than as my handmaiden. A dear friend, in fact.
Thank you, my lady.
And you know how I feel about
I
what's
really don't
happened
like
to
that.
your family. I feel your pain as if it were my own.
Oh, bullshit.
What you've suffered is beyond imagining. And your poor family as well.
You're very kind, my lady.
Of course, Mira, but you must not despair. We will get through this together. You must understand there are limits to what I can say, especially here in King's Landing, now that I am to be queen. To have a handmaiden from the north whose family fought for Robb Stark. It raises questions at a time I can least afford. Cersei herself cornered me this morning outside the Royal Sept. She mentioned the northern girl in my service, and she painted you a traitor. She was very pleased with herself.
How did you respond?
I told her you are one of my most trusted handmaidens, that you can hardly be blamed for the actions of your father and brother. Nonetheless, she demands an audience. She wants an apology of some sort, for what I don't know, but
I'll give it to her. I'll give you apologies. You have to bow down.
I wouldn't ask this of you if it were not important.
I'll do as you ask, my lady.
I knew I could trust you. Humor her. Tell her what she wants to hear.
That seems to be quite obvious.
The agent is ready to receive us.
Like I can trust that handmaiden, for instance. Now's the time.
You'll be fine. I know you will.
It's the time to tell her.
You may feel one thing, but you must say another.
And she can be trusted, I'm sure of that. Yeah,
Good
she
luck.
hates me. Pretty sure she hates me. Or she's gonna betray me at some point. This Game of Thrones. Your own cat will betray you. Open the door, you maggots. Hey, Tyrion. Yo, how you doing?
You can do this.
Of course I can do this. It's speaking. Oh. How I miss Jared. I'm trying to approach as fast as I can.
Ah, Lady Marjorie. Aren't you looking lovely this evening?
Lord Tyrion. Your Grace? With your permission, allow me to introduce Lady Mira of House Forrester.
Your Grace.
The girl knows her courtesies. Impressive. You may rise.
She's happy.
House Forrester is a northern house loyal to the king.
Are they?
I beg your pardon, Your Grace.
I wasn't talking to you. I want to hear from the girl. Is your family loyal to the king?
Perhaps you should ask the new Lord Forrester.
He's not here, is he? She is.
Joffrey is the one true king, Your Grace.
And yet, for centuries the Forresters have been loyal bannermen to House Stark. A house of traitors.
Yes, Your Grace. They are traitors.
The Starks were your liege lord, yet you name them traitors so easily. I take it this is the kind of loyalty the king can expect from you. If you have any loyalty at all.
Easy
Is
to
your
say
house
from
willing
somebody
to
who
swear
bangs her
fealty
own
to your new
brother.
liege lord, Roose Bolton?
Yes, Your Grace. Absolutely.
I see. Despite the fact Roose Bolton allied with Walder Frey. If it was me, I'd find it difficult to so quickly forgive the men who killed my father. Old allegiances are not easily abandoned. But now that the war is over, we must look to rebuild and forge new alliances. There are ships and shields to be built, and Joffrey will need a steady supply of ironwood for his armies. I'm told there are others who would happily serve that purpose, but I trust we can rely on House Forrester.
Forrester Ironwood does seem rather unique.
Our talent is unrivaled, Your Grace. Forrester Ironwood is highly sought after in the Seven Kingdoms.
So I'm told. It would be a shame to see it fall into the hands of another house.
Come on,
I
it's
imagine
sizzle.
you'd do almost anything to
You
prevent
let
from
them
happening.
have the ironwood,
Ask any Lannister, and they do whatever was necessary to save Casterly.
If they
It would be
does
unfortunate
the
to see
Bolton.
another house lay claim to what's yours.
Yes, Your Grace. I would do anything.
I see.
What would you have the girl do, Cersei? It's not as if she fought beside the Starks, wielding a battle axe for the Northern Army.
It raises an interesting question, I suppose. Can we truly blame those who end up on the wrong side of the war? Our dear Marjorie here was betrothed to Renly Baratheon on the false assumption that he would one day rule the Seven Kingdoms. Can we fault her for her mistake? Should she be held accountable?
She was just following her heart, Your Grace.
And the very same heart so quickly led her to my son.
If there's a point to this, I hope you find it quickly.
Yes, he's listened to Tyrion.
Loyalty can be such a hard thing to define.
No, it's not.
This city alone is filled with all sorts of ambitious opportunists looking to reinvent themselves.
Like
Claiming to be
Cersei.
something they're not.
It's something
Who
you
knows
are.
what lurks within their hearts.
Oh, come on.
You are a girl from the north, here in service to Lady Marjorie. One can only assume her interests are yours. Yet loyalty to a king, that must be absolute, beyond question. And if your loyalties were to become conflicted between your king and the very person whom you serve, what would you do then?
I'm sure she
Let the
would...
girl answer the question.
I would be true to the king, Your Grace.
Let her know.
Well said. I was beginning to worry you didn't have...
Come on, you
choice.
told me to... She just told me to let her...
She is a threat to the crown, isn't she? The most dangerous handmaiden in all of King's Landing.
My sense is this girl will say almost anything to get what she wants. Which is not very encouraging. I'd like a word with you, if I may.
Of course, Your Grace.
Oh, come on, you just tell me... Speak with Tyrion.
I'll walk you out.
Yeah! Walk me out.
This may come as a surprise, but I met your father once, at the tourney at Lannisport. Even then he didn't trust Roose Bolton. We only spoke briefly, but your father struck me as an honorable man. You have my condolences for his loss. These would be trying times for your family, even under the best of
I'll talk to
circumstances.
Tyrion.
These are trying times, my lord. My family fears what might happen now that the Boltons rule the north.
They must still answer to the crown. You shouldn't forget that, nor should they. That certainly took courage. To so publicly declare your loyalty to Joffrey for all to hear. Poor Lady Marjorie was humiliated, although Cersei seemed quite pleased. It was quite the first impression. I, of course, found it all highly entertaining. My sister and I have our differences. She takes great pleasure in her little charades. I take mine in thwarting them. We must find our amusements where we can.
Oh, I love Tyrion. He's so
She
amazing.
threatened to give your ironwood to another house. It is the Master of Coin who decides such matters. The crown needs boats. Boats need wood, and I speak for the crown in this regard, not her.
What are you suggesting?
I suppose the crown could be persuaded to secure ironwood from House Forrester. Lady Marjorie might not look favorably on such an alliance, and it would infuriate Cersei. Although what would be amusing for me might prove rather dangerous for you and your house. Are you willing to risk that?
It's a
Yes.
risk I'm willing to take, Lord Tyrion. Please.
You are a brave girl, aren't you? I'll consider it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I promised Sansa I would join her for dinner tonight. 3 beautiful bottles of Dornish wine await my arrival. The mere thought of them makes me thirsty already.
I hope we meet again.
Nothing would make Cersei happier. Until then, be careful. This is not the North. King's
Oh, I've
Landing
been
can
very
be a
careful.
nest of vipers to the uninitiated.
Nest of vipers. It's an infestation of vipers. Oh, I miss Jared and Ethan.
Mira, I was worried.
You look like a snake to me.
Cersei has a way of looking at you as though you're nothing.
I'd rather not discuss it, if you don't mind.
Of course not. It must have been horrible. But at least it's over now.
It's not over. It's never over.
Lady
It's never
Margaery
over.
has
It's King's
spent
Landing.
the entire
It's King's
day
Landing.
working on seating arrangements for the wedding. Of course, you and I are seated way at the back, here with the 4th cousins and the 9th-born sons. Ah, Sir Jamie. I wouldn't mind tarnishing that white cloak of his.
Sarah!
What? It's true. And Oberyn Martell, the Red Viper. I'm told he has a paramour.
Put it back.
We're just having a bit of fun. It's probably for the best. I've heard he's a bit perverse.
Yes, you get weird habits if you want to say that.
Who knows? We might meet our future husbands. Although, marrying a king, I can only imagine what that would be like.
No, you can't imagine that.
Would you marry Joffrey if it meant you'd become queen? He does have a certain look about him. And he's always treated Lady Margaery well.
I don't want to be queen, no matter who I'd have to marry.
Don't want to be queen? You northerners. You'd make
It's
a
not
perfect
about-
scepter.
It's not about Northern,
I
it's
would
about
marry
honor.
Imagine the power you would have as queen of the 7 kingdoms.
You haven't
And
watched
even
the
allow you to be my
last
handmaiden.
season, don't you?
Let's see, who else should we marry off? Brienne of Tarth and Tyrion Lannister. What a perfect match. Sir Bronn and...
What are you doing? Well? Sarah?
I tried to move them back, my lady.
Oh yeah, remember that. You.
This is not a game. It's a battle plan. Allies and enemies can be made with every move. Yet they say it is men who are powerful.
Who said
The
that?
Queen was pleased by your display, Mira. I'm just glad it's over.
I just
King's Landing can be exhausting.
I just
sometimes.
did what you told me to do.
There's always someone to please or some perceived slight to smooth over. I fear it will only get worse when I am queen. Once they know your true heart, the lords and ladies will have no choice but to love you.
Oh, come on.
Do you agree?
Once you are queen, the lords and ladies will do their best to please you.
You learn very quickly.
Yeah, now they're both
You were
proud of me.
brave agreeing to obey the Boltons. That cannot have been easy. I know you must fear what Lord Bolton might do to your family. I do appreciate your willingness to appease her, as difficult as it may have been.
But
Thank you,
finally,
my lady. There's been something on my mind.
thank you.
Something important.
I have to ask you in front of the other one.
I did have a favor to ask of you in return.
Whatever you wish to say, you can say it in front of Sarah.
No, I
There are no
can't.
secrets between us.
Yes, there are.
It's about my family.
No, don't tell. Don't
I
say.
trust her.
Yep.
I prefer to speak with you alone.
It's about the house. It's well, I do. She remember that.
Go on. Ask.
Please, Ramsay Snow is on his way to Ironrath to see my brother bend the knee.
Ramsay. Roose Bolton's bastard.
I
Yep.
fear my family will suffer if Ramsay is left to do as he likes. But if a raven could be sent to the Boltons to let them know House Forrester has the protection of the crown.
That is no small request. Especially now.
Just do what Tyrion said.
Too well your family fought for the Starks. and now you would have me ask him to intervene. Is the situation that dire?
Yes, it is.
Joffrey will not look favorably on such a request.
I will forever be in your debt. My family will forever be in your debt.
I don't know, Mira. If Cersei were to find out...
Don't let the Queen bully you. You have power over him, Lady Marjorie, as no one else does. Not even his mother. Ramsay Snow will arrive at Ironrath within the week. I would never ask this of you if it weren't so urgent.
Being the Viper myself.
Very well. I'll make your request, but I cannot promise anything.
Thank you, my lady. I will send a raven to my family at once.
I like to think I would be good at the Games of Thrones. I like to think that though I could die the next morning also. That's King's Landing for you.